Hi, volcanic exploding one-eyed sharks. So today is a really exciting day because you're starting a new book club book, and your next book is going to be Penny from Heaven by Jennifer L. Holm. This is a really interesting book, and it takes place in a different time period than we're really used to learning about. So I want to walk you through all the major things that are going to be in store for this book so that you can keep track of your characters and your time period. So Penny from Heaven is set in 1953 New Jersey. So during the 1950s in New Jersey, it was predominantly a huge immigrant population that lived in New Jersey, mostly Italians that lived there as well. So there's going to be a lot of conversation about big Italian families and big Italian things that happen as the story goes on. There's also, though, in the 1950s, a lot of other things going on too, such as the Korean War. There's still a lot of segregation happening, and things are very different. Penny from Heaven is going to touch on some big issues as you read, including death, war, disability, poverty, and friendship. So keep these different ideas and themes in mind as you're reading, because there's going to be a lot going on. Your main character's name is Barbara Falusi, but she goes by Penny. She's not exactly sure why she's called Penny, but she knows it has something to do with her dad, and she thinks it's because of this song that her dad used to love. She lives with her big Italian family in New Jersey, and her father died, but no one will tell her why or how. But both sides of her family are super distant from each other, so she's not really sure what's going on, and she's trying to figure that out. Her best friend's name is Frankie, who is also her cousin, and Frankie gets into a lot of trouble. Her mother is super strict because Frankie gets into so much trouble and then ends up getting Penny into trouble. But she's super surprised when her mother actually lets her start a job at her Uncle Ralphie's meat store. So while she's there, she finds out a lot about her mother's new relationship, which she really doesn't approve of and tries to ruin. And she also learns about a secret money stash that's hidden in the backyard of their house before their grandfather passes away. So they really want to try to find this treasure and this money. So Penny and Frankie are going to go out in search of that money, but Penny at one point is going to get really hurt. She's almost going to lose her arm. And she spends a lot of time in the hospital. And while she does, she's going to learn the real truth about her dad and why her family is so distant from each other. So you have a lot of big ideas that are going to go on in this story. I want to make sure that you keep track of these big things, and anytime you come across a concept you really don't understand, look it up on Kiddo.co because that's going to help you keep track.